Hi class. This is the orientation video for the STA 1001 Pathways to Statistics. And this is just a general video that I'm using for several different sections. Now, this section listed here may or may not be your section number. That's not important. This video I use for all of my sections, okay? So just happen to be using this one. So again, it is for the course though, Stat 1001. It's a fairly new course at the college, and it's really a prep for the elementary statistics STA 2023. And so now you can take the course as kind of a pathway to other courses like the 1106, the topics in math, the 1107 liberal arts math also. But you can't use this as like a pathway into, let's say, college algebra or something like that. So remember, make sure you check if you're not sure. You check with your advisors that you're in the right course. So again, this is a non-math credit. You do get 3 credits, like an elective credit though. But mainly this course is set up and taught for those students that are going into the elementary statistics course. There's a lot of programs that need elementary statistics. And so this is a good one to, if you're not feel like you're ready for that 2023 course yet, this is a good prep into it. Okay. My name is Dr. Condor, and what I want to get to for this particular video is you may or may not be in a live. This may be a just strictly online course, and some of mine are live though. But if you are live, then just so you know, then that those students taking this SCF Live, here's the link. So this is for the 12:30 class, this link right here. So on June 28th at 12:30, the class runs through South Summer Beast, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And that is, again, for the summer of 2021 Summer B course. This is the link for that one. Those that are online, office hour, there's an online office hour. This is the link for those students. And you can set up times with your instructor or me. So for this class. So again, very important. Those of you that want to attend the class, then this is your meeting link. You'll get sent into a waiting room, and then the instructor will let students in one at a time, and it doesn't take that long. So if you want to get led into the classroom, and then go from there. So, but in general, let's go back up here. For my classes, announcements are very important. So you do have over here on the left, if you click there, and it'll say, announcements. And of course, there's only one announcement there right now. This is the course introduction, and you can read that. So we're not going to go ahead and read that. We're going to go back home, but there'll be announcements added throughout the week, every week of the semester. And again, it says students are required to read all course announcements. So if you're wondering, for example, what homework am I working on or should be working on, or when's the test? What should I do? How do I take the test? You need to read the announcements. None of that specific information is in this video or is on the course introduction. The very, very specific information will be in the form of announcements. Okay. Now, the student services link, again, this just has a bunch of links for not my class, but for other things that you may need. So online learning info, here's a student handbook, academic resource center, that's the ARC they call. That's where you can get help. You can actually go onto campus. And whether you're an online student or not, you're still more than welcome to go in there and get help. Uh, the disability resource, the library. So there's all this stuff here. If you're having trouble with your computer, you can, contact the tech support, and you probably have to go through maybe student services or something for that. But so that's what this is all about. So let's go back to the home page. Yeah, there we go. And we talked about the meeting links here. Okay, so getting started, again, this is just a Word file, and it's just some basic information of how the course is structured, and you can read that, and I'm not going to read through that all right now. So we're going to, again, you can look through that. And then this information, it says Dr. Condor can be contacted at, so the best way to contact me is here, condorj@scf.edu. I read my emails throughout the day, and 99% of the time I'll get back to you, within that same afternoon or morning or evening or whatever. I try to hit those, but within 24 hours, and there may be a time or something when I'm offline or something, or it may be down, and then you're not getting a reply. Try to email me again, and then see if it goes through. But that's pretty rare. Normally, I'll get back to students as quickly as I can. So again, it's not always if you email me and you're waiting for a response in 5 minutes, most likely that's not going to happen. So you have to be patient on that. Now, the course we use with online courses, and the SCF Live is really considered an online course. And so for the online course, we have software, and we have a package that's very popular, the My Math Lab. My Math Lab is used not only in math, they have like My Chem Lab and My Physics Lab and My English Lab, and there's lots and lots of programs out there by the Pearson organization. So if I click on this, Pearson My Lab Statistics. Now here, be careful, because sometimes students think like, oh, I got to error, the website's down or whatever. Okay, not true. It's just that won't open up outside of a secure site. So if you click on here, this link, and it should go right in. There we go. So every time you go into the program, you have to get through this page because you have to sign in. And Canvas and my Math Lab are separate places. Okay. So I run things, the course, all my stuff I put up in Canvas, the grade book, anything like quizzes or homework or tests or anything. Everything I do as a teacher, I run through Canvas. The only thing that is in my Math Lab is what the students need to do their homework. So you have to sign in. Now the first time you have to pay, okay, to get in. So you got to sign up for the class, and there's over here you'll see students and get registered. It'll explain step by step if you have any issues. And then here's a support link on the left here. If you want to talk to somebody, go to this support link. Don't email me, because they're experts at this. It's their software. They will know how to help you much better than I can with my Math Lab, getting in and having it run. And sometimes students say, well, my Math Lab's not working. And I can't fix that. There's nothing I can do about that. you have to contact Pearson. They're very, very good, and they will be able to help you. Okay. So you have to sign up. You register, you sign up, you pay, and the first thing they're going to ask you, okay, so I'm going to put this down. When you go to sign up, they're going to ask you for instructor ID. Okay, so let's look. This is the Canvas homepage. Okay, so I go down here. My Lab Statistics Instructor Course ID. It's right here. This is to get registered into Pearson. So Condor 78438, right? So that's what they need. And of course, that's so that you get into the right class. They don't want to register you in any STAT 1001 course because we have several different instructors. And so this one, when you tell them, they'll know to put you in to the right instructor. So for me, so again, very important when you register. That's the first thing you need to do in this course. You need to register, get registered into My Stat Lab, or sometimes the name changes, and I'm not totally sure why, but it used to be called My Math Lab, then it was My Stat Lab, now it's called My Lab Statistics. So you may hear me talk about any one of those words. They all kind of mean the same. So again, get registered. Very first thing you need to do. Any questions? Here's My Lab support. Here's how to register. All the links are here that you need to get going, okay, with the course software. You don't need to do anything for me first. You got to take care of this. So now, once you take care of that, again, you're going to need a calculator. And the textbook is in this, again, so you get an error. Remember, click here. This is what your textbook looks like. Now, the book comes with the software, meaning electronically it comes with the software. If you want to buy your own hardcover book, this is the one you want, but it's expensive and you don't need it because the exact same thing is online. And I know sometimes I get students say, well, I really, really like books. And I understand that. I like books I would rather work out of a book than on a computer. But I'm old school, been around for a long time. So I understand when someone says to me, I want to buy a book. Well, you can, but again, you're spending a lot of extra money for that book, but don't buy that unless that's something you just have to have. I use the software myself when I'm working within the program. But I do have of course, I didn't have to pay for it. I got the hardcover back through the school, so I use both. All right, so you need to get the book electronically, and you do that when you sign up for the MyLab statistics. So now the calculator, this is a manual for the TI 8384. Now, and I always get a lot of questions about the calculator. Do we need the 8384? And let's just pull that up for a minute and see. I don't know what it costs. I know it's kind of expensive because they don't sell the TI 83 anymore, I don't think. Maybe they do, but I think they just sell the 84 is like an upgrade. So let me pull this up. And wow, see that? This is the TI 84 plus CE, and that's the one that's recommended on the syllabus. But wow, $132 on Amazon is very expensive. It's an excellent calculator. Now, the only thing I want to say about the calculator is that if you are going to take the STAT 2023 and you're positive you're going to take it, no matter, even if you fail this class, you're going to take it again until you get there, and that's like your goal because you can't get into the nursing program without it, or you can't get into the psychology program without it, or something like that. And there are programs out there that require a minimum of STAT 2023. Okay. This is pretty much the only calculator that has everything that you need. I mean, everything for the 2023 course. So there are other ones out there, but again, this is the one that's why we recommend it, because it's kind of built for the course. It works very, very well. Now, do you need it for the STAT 1001? Well, if you're thinking like, well, I'm just going to get a cheap calculator right now, okay? TI 36X Pro, okay? Now, let's see if we cut it here. Maybe it didn't come up, maybe it didn't. There it is, okay. Well, you can see the big difference in price, $18. Will this do everything that we need to in this course, the STAT 1001? Yes, okay. So it's on sale, looks like. It was 18 bucks for a really good calculator. Amazon's choice, and I understand why, because it is a very, very, and again, look, they have 5 stars, and I kind of give it 5 stars because I have one. I've been using it in this class for a couple of years now, and no problems. It does everything. Students, it takes a little bit of work to figure out, but we'll talk about that in class, how to use it and how to do the things we need. So you'll notice I just wanted to kind of on the right, there's a math key. It does fractions, complex numbers. I mean, it's a pretty good calculator for the price. And stat, you'll see over, there's some functions in there you can get into. And I was looking for the distribution key, but it's in there somewhere. So it has everything that we need for the class, or that you'll need. Yeah, you'll see on here it says statistics. And it is permitted on this SAT, ACT, or AP. So if you're going to take those, it is permitted on those exams. Okay, enough on the calculator, but the calculator is important. You got to have one for the course. You really have to have one. All right. Now, so we got all this stuff, right? We're talking about the again, announcements, very important. Make sure you read those. I only have one up now, but I'll be adding them throughout, the weeks. And remember, for class, if you're in the online, the live, right? Here's the link. And then if you need, something's up, you can email me. I'll be trying to stay online as much as possible, checking for people. Getting started is the hardest part. You get getting everybody going the first day or so. Once we get that, that'll be great. Get the My Labs. Okay, here's the ID. That's again just for this semester. This isn't always the ID, and some of you may be in a different section, but this just happens to be for the one section that I have right now. That's the make sure you always go to your Canvas homepage. That will always have the right information on it, right? But so that's for the Summer B Live. Now, this Statology website is also a nice place to go to. Very nice website, and deals with tutorial statistics. They have software. I mean, a lot of stuff on here. It's a pretty good site. Um, so for us, basic stats is kind of what we're more interested in. And it'll talk about statistics and differential. We talk about that in the course: population sample, statistic parameter, qualitative, all that stuff. Is going to be on one of your tests. This is going to be on another one of the tests. This stuff, visualization, some probability. This stuff is on, again, one of your tests. So that's why I picked this site out. There's a lot of sites out there where you can, find information on statistics. But this one is very good. Sampling methods, representative sample, that will definitely be on one of your tests. Not so much this stuff. The normal, a little bit. Random variable, that's about it. And a little bit of that, and none of that, and some regression will be on your test also. So a great site to go to if you're looking for some places to find some, other stuff than what's in the book. Okay, so let's take a look at the syllabus. All right. Now, again, my name is Dr. Condor, and I'm normally on campus, but not for this session that I'm running. But again, this video will be used for several different sections and semesters. So, if it is during a semester where I'm on campus, then my room is in building 27, room 128. So, about the Bradenton campus, and there's my phone. That's the office. Email again. And typically office hours, I like people to make an appointment so I can be ready for them. Try to make it, as good of an appointment as possible, and understand what's going on. And that usually works much better. So the course description, again, this is a pre-stat course. This is really just to help you get prepared for statistics. And the prereqs, I don't usually talk. You can read that, but we know what the text looks like. We know that we need a calculator, and I wrote here the TI-36X Pro will perform what we need. You need to get the StatDisk software, okay? And so we talked about that. And here, let's get to grading. Okay, first of all, tests. 2 exams and a comprehensive final. That's it. No makeups on any tests or exams or quizzes or anything like that. So your grade is very straightforward. You got 2 exams. That'll give you 200 points. Your homework, that's the stat lab homework. And you get 100 points. And again, you do that, you got to do it right, complete it. Some people just like go through it and punch answers in, and they say, "Oh, I did it. I did the homework." And you're not going to get no credit for that. Okay, and I don't understand why someone would think they would deserve credit for running through the homework, just punching in answers and making it look like they're doing something. You have to do the work, get it right. You can do it over and over again. It has to be complete, but hopefully you're trying and working on learning. That's the key. You want to learn because you're going to take stats. If you don't learn the material, I don't know how you're going to be able to pass the next course. And the final exam's 200 points, cumulative final. So total 500 points. Again, 2 exams and a final, and your homework. So that's pretty much it for grading. The initial assignment. So within the first week, you have to get registered. I talked about being registered, and you got to complete the week 1 My Math Lab homework, and I'll show you where that's listed at. Okay. If not, you'll be withdrawn from the course as a no-show. Okay. So every semester I end up having to withdraw students. Then a couple weeks later they come back and say, "Hey, I was withdrawn." And well, we have to. That's a state policy. We have to. So I don't have an option on that. If you don't do that first week requirements there, uh, then I have to withdraw you from the course. Now, attendance policy, there really is no attendance policy. You're not attending the class. And I don't know, you're going to be online. I can see everybody basically if you have your camera on, but I don't check attendance. I do check attendance, but I don't do anything with it. Okay, so that again with the live classes, you're not coming into the classroom. It's very difficult to keep track of. It's not really anybody's advantage for me to have to try to track people down all the time. So again, attendance policy, basically, I don't have one, okay? But I keep track of attendance for my own personal reasons because if at the end of the semester you're on the borderline and say you got a, D plus, you got like 69%, and you say, well, I tried really hard and, can you, give me some, and I'll look at your attendance and see that you never showed up, and then I'll say, no, there's nothing I can do because that's not really trying hard if you're never showing up for class. So, all right, technical support, you can call, Canvas, there's a number. SCF has technical support number listed there, and there's other numbers, so you guys can look at that. Now, honor lock is a requirement normally, and again, I will when I send out announcements, I will let you know about all this honor lock as it comes up. So for now, the only thing I'm saying is that make sure you read and understand all this here. Because some students say, well, you said we weren't going to do honor. No, I never say that. I would never say that. Read this. This is the statement that's on the syllabus. That's the college policy. I can't not follow college policy. Okay, so make sure you understand that. Okay, and again, I'll update you on what's going on because I'm just not sure yet on the testing how I'm going to do that. So, and there's a COVID statement. We're still under guidelines from the CDC, and eventually that will change. And when it does, you'll get notice on it, and you'll know. But for now, we're leaving these CDC guidelines up there. And the withdrawal policy, that is just always the withdrawal policy. So let's go ahead and continue. The faculty withdrawal thing you can read, again, misconduct. Chair right now is Stephanie Cook, but basically, if you need to contact the chair, call the office and set an appointment. That's really the best thing to do. Call the secretary and just set an appointment up, and she'll be happy to do that for you. Okay, so no plagiarism, Disability Resource Center, again, you can read that stuff, and all that stuff. Let's see, religious, so let's get down to here. The Stat 1001 Pathways to Statistics. Now, this is the Summer B. Again, this is just that particular summer session, and I'm just showing you on here in general. Whatever syllabus you have for your course, okay, will look and be set up like this. The week, meeting times will be listed over here. What days of the week do you meet? It'll be over here. It'll be on a weekly schedule. So for this particular one, Summer B is 6 weeks. So you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the final is like the 9th, August 9th for this one. So that may or may not be your situation. But you'll see here the sections that are covered. So for example, week 1 here that's listed 6/28 to 7/1. then that's the homework that's due right there. Those are the sections. And remember that, and I think in my stat lab, there's no problems in 1.1, but you're still required to read section 1.1. So when you see sections, they're assuming that you're reading these sections, then doing the homework. Sometimes students think like, oh, I just have to go right to the homework and I'll try it out and see how it goes. But, read. There may not be homework problems for section 1.1. That's fine. It doesn't have to be, but you still have to read it. So read all these sections and do the homework that's there in my stat lab. This over here says suggested homework assignments. These are homework assignments that are in the book. So if you're using the ebook, these are not your assignments over here. This is for some teachers use the hardcover book in the classroom. And that's what these are for. Those particular teachers, I do not use a hardcover book in the classroom. So these again are not for any of my classes. You're not using these. These are the sections for Dr. Condor's course. And we're going to cover all of these sections right throughout the course, regardless of how many weeks it takes us. If you're in a 6-week or 12-week or a 16-week section. Right? And these are the topics for either one. Doesn't matter if you're in the classroom or if you're online. The topics are exactly the same. It's just that the page numbers. That's the difference, really. It's just the page numbers here that mess people up. So for week 1, if you'll notice, week 1, these are all like arithmetic. Inequalities, expression, fractions, absolute value. We will be talking about these, but then we're also going to be focusing on the calculator. Get your calculator right away. We need to get started with that because that's what you're going to use on the exams. So I'm not going to ask you to add fractions with a pencil and paper and no calculator. Everything in the course we do with calculator. So we are going to learn these topics. I'll talk about what they are and what they refer, but we're going to do the problems with a calculator, okay? And then in week 2, we start statistics. We're sampling. This is all sampling ideas, and this is all sampling ideas. And then there's a review. Now the exam is not during week 2, okay? The way it's going to be set up is that you'll have a couple of days of when you choose to take the exam, and the exam will be on Canvas. And because we're not meeting, so I can't like hand you a paper and you take the test and hand it back to me. I tried that on the computer, and it really doesn't work well. I mean, it just made so much extra work for the teacher and the student that didn't work. So what I'm doing and what I've been doing the last couple of semesters has worked very, very well, very much better. So the test will be due by the end of Monday, okay, right here, the 12th. You'll be able to do the exam either Sunday or Monday. And again, that'll be in announcements. So make sure you read the announcements. That'll be exam 1. Exam 2 will be on due date, deadline Monday the 26th by 11:59 p.m. The final will be on Monday, 8/9. Okay, because we meet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we could have had tests on any of those days. But Monday worked out the best because we have this holiday, but you'd be able to do it the day before. Well, actually, we don't even meet then, so we don't even have to worry about that. But this worked out where we had this Monday, and the final ended during finals week on that Monday, and then I'll get the grades in on Tuesday. So that's why that was done that way. But so this is our schedule, and you know, everything's laid out. It's very straightforward, and it starts out. You know, this is very basic. Again, you need to get your calculator, okay? And you know, a lot of people say, well, they're so well. You can borrow one if you have to for this first part. But get that TI 36. I gave you a good one there for 18 bucks. Or if you want to get the $137 one, you can look around for used ones online. A lot of people have them. Go on these websites where people exchange things, and you could probably find one for 20 bucks or 30 bucks or 40 bucks if you really look. There's millions of TI calculators out there. Okay, millions and millions of them. So, and they don't wear out. So buying used doesn't mean anything to our calculator unless somebody like really abused it. But normally they last for. I have my first calculator still from long, long time ago, and it still works great. So yeah, they last a lifetime. Now, the only other thing I want to do is let's get out of here, and we have one other thing. And let's go back to the home on Canvas. And you'll see, let's see, where is that? Oh, there we go, Pearson on that. So I want to go in and remember to click on that, sign in. This thing, it'll tell you block like pop-ups, clear your cache, clear the cookies. Pearson doesn't work well with a lot of these cookies and things that they send out there. So make sure you do that. So I just was clicking around here. I cleared out some stuff, and then I'm going to sign in. There, see, it says, look, allow pop-ups. This, you know, you can read that, but I'm gonna should be okay here. And so I'm already in. I'm registered. I'm a registered person, and then the oh, here it is. Let's see. There's the 12:30. I'm just going to click on this one and go in, and you'll see that, and I have to go in and fix the dates, and I'm going to do that before class. But you know, this is an instructor's. Yours will look a little bit different, but pretty much the same. Again, I have options over here you won't have because I'm in the instructor mode. But if you see assignments, right, there's your assignments, and there they are. So you just, whatever we're working on, and you're going to click on those assignments. So pre-test, you can take that. I don't use it. Some people do. Okay, I don't work with the pre-test. So again, if you just want to do that for the heck of it, you can. But you'd start at section 1.1, and there is homework there. And again, I didn't know if there was or not. But you click on the homework, and you got these questions. Now, most of them, again, they probably won't take you very long. And oops, let me bring it over here. I have multiple screens running. And it says, let S be the annual sales for electronic devices. The value of S is 17.6 for 2008. What does S equals 17.6 mean in this situation? Okay, so they want to go back here, and you got to say, all right, let S be annual sales in millions, right? Annual sales in millions for an electronic device. Now let's say that you were doing a question and you wanted help. For every question over here, you'll look question help. Help me solve this, view an example. It'll take you into the textbook. Now, StatCrunch you don't need. We're not using StatCrunch for anything. Tech help you might need. Again, Ask My Instructor is an email to me, but I won't basically help you do the problem because unless you read these, that's what these two are for. Because this one will give you step by step solutions. Now, if there's steps involved, so again, they're gonna, go through like this says 3 parts. Select your answer, click it. So let's look at this and then click, and then you can check your answer. And it says, oh, okay, you got the first part done. And it says, note that S represents the annual sales in millions, right, of S for the year. Continue. And then they give you a chance then to. So what does S mean? And if you say, okay, the number of units sold in 2008. Now remember, they're saying, what does S equal 17.6 in the above situation mean? The number of sales in 17.6 million. So we're going to click on that, and great. Yeah. And you can, if you want, you can view an example first, and you could say, oh, let me just go through and watch what they say. All right, represents, all right, use 2000. Therefore, S equal 21.9 in 2000. Number of sales device was 21.9. Okay. And you can do another one. So view an example. So you can, and it looks like they didn't give up. They didn't give us any more because again, this is isn't requiring a lot of steps. But so then you can go back, and you have to get out, but you can go back and redo problems that you miss. Okay, you can do it as many times. But if you have any problems with that, let me know. Okay, good. So we're going to leave that. And again, I don't grade in here. I don't put your scores in here. The grade book for me is in Canvas. So here, they do have a student grade book that you can keep track of what you're doing. Because look, it shows us we were in section 1.1 review. Well, we didn't get it right. We spent 2 minutes, and it tells you so. So we were kind of getting going on that. Okay, so I'm going to get out of that. And again, let's go back to the home page. So we pretty much covered. I know that there's always questions, even though we spent a good bit of time here, almost 45 minutes talking about this. But I'm sure there's, some questions you still may have. And those you want to kind of email me, and I'll be glad to go over those. And sometimes what I'll do is, if I get several people asking the same question, and instead of me answering several different emails all about the same thing, I'll create an announcement, because there was probably more people that maybe weren't sure about it. And I'll do one announcement so that everybody can see what my answer was to those and other questions. And that usually works pretty well. So students usually appreciate hearing what other students are asking, and the kind of things they're asking and how I'm responding to those. And the best way I can do that, apart from a discussion board, which we don't use, I create the announcements. So that the announcements are more of a discussion-like board, for us than anything else. And so for Unit 1, there's nothing here you'll see yet, but there'll be things added as we go. As the course gets going, I'll make some videos. When I get a lot of questions again on some things, sometimes I'll just create a video. And usually that's like a calculator thing. how do I use my 83 to, so what I'll do is I'll either post a link that shows how to use the calculator to do absolute values or something like that, or I'll just do a short video myself and talk about a bunch of calculator issues. When we get into statistics, I'll do some reviews, things like that. So for now, that's it. So make sure, again, get registered, get busy, getting into the book, reading the ebook. And remember, you got to get into My Labs, get in there, and then you can get into the ebook. So you don't have a direct link from your Canvas homepage into my math lab. And again, I do that by design because there's been several times where one was down, and if you have both things linked together, they both go down, and then students can't do anything. So if, say, Canvas is down, then I'll send students into my math lab and to work on things in there. And then if my math lab's down, then I'll give them things in Canvas to work on to keep it going because I don't want you to get behind. And that's worked very well. And so I'm sure I'll be answering more of your questions, and don't hesitate to ask. And good luck with the course.